What is going on, Moon Gang? I hope you're having a downright amazing day. My name is Matt, and this channel is all about stocks, trading, and investing. Now in this video, I'll be giving you an update of the public portfolio. I'll go over a quick recap of kind of what happened in the stock market today. I'll be letting you know what I'll specifically be looking for tomorrow. And on top of all that, I'll be letting you know why I am specifically extremely excited for what's about to happen in AMC Stock. But before we get into all that, don't forget to join up with the Moon Gang by hitting the subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and your help with that would be much appreciated. Alrighty then, let's hop into the video. So when the stock market closed today, this public portfolio was down $1,000. We're sitting just beneath 16 grand. In all honesty, earlier today, like halfway through the day, it was much worse. We were down 3,500, and the reason for this massive swing back upward was actually because of this Tesla put play. I was calling it out live during the live stream. Basically, I had two of these put contracts. I sold one. If you want more of an in-depth breakdown of what's going on with Tesla and why I need to do it and what I see happening tomorrow, make sure to check out the EV update that will also be coming out the same day as this video. But that's basically the main play that saved me. I have one more. I'm swinging it just to see what happens. But other than that, I still have my Riot calls. I have that one Tesla put left over. I still have the CCIV calls. Besides AMC, CCIV is my main watch for tomorrow because we're expected to hear about the merger SPAC deal with Lucid Motors. And I still have those Palantir calls. So those are the main options. Other than that, I didn't touch any of the stocks. Just so you know, I'm still invested in my Bitcoin and Ethereum just to keep everyone updated on that. So as for what happened in the market today, before we get into why I'm specifically excited about AMC, I just want you to know this is the daily chart for the S&P 500. Which is an ETF, exchange traded fund, that tracks some of the biggest, actually 500 of the biggest companies within the US. It's a very good barometer of what's going on in the stock market. So from a technical perspective, it's been trading in this upward channel, and in the world of technical analysis, that is also referred to as a bear flag. You heard me right, it's called a bear flag because they commonly break downward. Granted, the last 3 times that the S&P 500 tried to break downward, the bear camp stepped in right away. But I just wanted to bring it to your attention because it looks like the S&P 500, which trades under SPY, is once again knocking on the door of this bottom trend line. This is worthwhile to know because it gives you a better idea of what's kind of happening in the overall market. If it drops, there's a good chance that your individual stocks could also be struggling. But if it bounces right off of this and then trends back upward to this top trend line, obviously that would be bullish sentiment for the stock market as a whole, just something worthwhile to mention. Now, as a quick recap, Bitcoin had an interesting day. Over the weekend, it hit a new all-time high of 58,000. Early this morning, there was a flush below 50,000. I believe that they were stop loss hunting. This scared a lot of people out, but right away it was bought back up, and now we are once again pushing 55,000. I'm very much looking for Bitcoin to hold 50,000, maybe 52,500. I'd feel much more bullish on it if it can hold that in the short term, but just to recap, in the long term, I'm fully planning on holding my own Bitcoin for years to come. Same general thing with Ethereum. It hit a new all-time high over 2,000. It had that same flush sell off that we saw earlier, but then it was rebought. So I'm looking for this to trend back upward. I would love for it to get back in this wedge right here by these two white trend lines. From there, once it gets back up in there, I'm looking for just another test of 2,000 to see how it reacts there. Alrighty, and just so you know, a quick recap, this will be in more depth in my other video. Tesla was very much hit today, dropped 8.5%. I'm looking to see how this one reacts to that key psychological level at $700. NIO also took a pretty sizable hit today. I'm looking to see how that one reacts to $50. Overall, there's been some blood in the water when it comes to the stock market. Granted, there have been some very green stocks, but overall, just be careful, mind your risk. But the thing that I'm specifically very excited about tomorrow is one, CCIV. We're going to find out what's happening with Lucid Motors. So even though the EV sector did have a pretty rough day, Lucid Motors, it is up 8%, but it was essentially trading sideways. So this one, I'm expecting big volatility. I think it's the flip of a coin. It'll either go very high, very low, but pay attention to CCIV. We're waiting to hear about what's going on with Lucid Motors. I would love for it to break above this $65 resistance, but let's wait and see how that plays out. Make sure it's on your watch list. But one of my main watches for tomorrow, because I'm very excited, it looks like AMC is once again alive. Now, before we hop into a technical breakdown of what's going on with AMC, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. This was just announced today on February 22nd. Movie theaters in New York City can open in March at 25% capacity. So they're targeting March 5th, which is about 2 weeks away. Once again, they're looking for 25% capacity. Granted, this doesn't directly impact AMC, but in the end, it will help them. Obviously, this will include some AMC theaters. But if anything, I think this is more symbolic that the world, the US specifically, is getting back to the quote unquote new normal, which will obviously be beneficial for leisure activities such as watching a movie. So this is the main news that I'm seeing that's related to AMC. But overall, it seems like the sentiment of our world turning back to normal is good. And obviously that would be a massive benefit to AMC's core business. But on the other side, more from a technical perspective, I love what we're seeing in AMC. AMC today gained almost 15%. In after hours trading, it's up around 9%. So after this borderline short squeeze up to $26, AMC has been getting crushed. More recently, if I just zoom in a bit here, you're going to see that it broke out from this trend line, but since then it's been kind of trading sideways. And just to clarify, if you're new to the channel, here's what's going on the screen now. I know it can be a little complex, but give me a second to explain. So these yellow lines are just technical lines of support and resistance. When I say support, that's just a price level that the stock has bounced off of. And when I say resistance, that's a price level that the stock has been rejected by. In the world of stock trading, previous resistance acts as resistance in the future, and the same with support. But what's more important is that support can turn into resistance and vice versa. That's why we keep them mapped out, because we know they can be important in the future. On the bottom, we have the RSI, which stands for Relative Strength Index. Happens to be one of my favorite technical indicators. It won't come into play too much on this particular video, but just so you know, when it gets very high, that's a lot of bullish momentum. When it gets very low, that's a lot of bearish momentum. So why am I so excited for AMC, not just tomorrow, but for the remainder of the week? So after this technical breakout, AMC was just trading sideways, and unfortunately, it broke down below this bottom trend line, which was kind of some bearish action. But most recently, let me make this even bigger, AMC started to track upward. And in the chat, in the live streams, I've been saying, okay, $6 key psychological level. Humans love those nice round levels. And AMC for quite a while was knocking on $6 door. It would get above it, get rejected. We saw the same thing at $6.25. But today, after getting above 6 and 6.25, I knew if we got above that, the next major resistance would come at $6.50. We saw a rejection there on February 18th, another rejection on February 10th, and it acted as support back in February. So clearly, and was also support in January 28th. So clearly, a lot of shares are being exchanged hands at $6.50. So if I knew if we could get above that, it would be very bullish price action. Fortunately, right at the end of the day today, we got above that, and it seems like we're shooting up. Right now in post-market trading, we're trading already above $7. I have this next price level mapped out. 740 is the next major technical resistance I'm going to personally be watching. So when the market opens tomorrow, post-market today, pre-market tomorrow, and normal market action tomorrow, I will personally be watching $7.40. If the stock can get above that, on some serious volume and it could hold, I truly think that the next stop will be $8.40. As you can see, the velocity is picking up. There's a lot of exciting things going on. So we have that positive fundamental development with the world tracking back to normal. But more importantly, from a technical perspective, people are once again excited in AMC. The volume's picking up. We're seeing a lot of bullish action. I'm here to ride it. I'm invested in AMC. My own average is actually up here in the mid 8, so I have quite a bit of range to get back to where I'm break even, but I will diamond in AMC as long as I have to. I'm loving this action. I know it was getting painful for a bit, but I think that things are starting to finally turn around for AMC. Of course, as this chart continues to develop, I'll make sure to keep you updated. Feel free to drop by in a live stream. I'll also continue to post clips like this so we know the updated technical levels. But when it comes down to it, look for $6.50 to transfer from resistance to support. We want that to hold. And then the upcoming resistance now is $7.40. Past that, I'll be watching $8.40, and look for this volume and the velocity to continue to pick up. Thank you very much for spending a portion of your day with me. Don't forget, you can stay up to date with the Moon Gang by hitting the subscribe button and then going over to that bell icon and switching it to always so you don't miss anything. I'm on that journey to 100,000 subscribers. Your help with that would be truly, truly appreciated. And don't forget that if you want to become a part of the awesome Moon Gang Discord community, there's a link to Patreon. Patreon will help you get signed up with that Discord if that's something that you're interested in. And until next time, best of luck in the markets.